Is the Bitcoin bull market over? Are we in the middle of the crash? Is this it? This is the narrative you're seeing everywhere on Twitter, in YouTube comments, in a bunch of Discord, Telegram groups. We are going to talk about that today, and I'm going to tell you exactly how I'm navigating this. And without kind of tooting my own horn, I feel like I've actually navigated this kind of perfectly over the past week or so. But before we get started, welcome back to the channel. My name's Doc. Throughout the day, I'm a resident physician, and at night, I take you guys in my crypto and investing journey. Before we get into this, just let me tell you, I really think the next 10 to 15 minutes are going to pay dividends on your time. Watch towards the end of the video. Again, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I really have called this last week kind of perfectly, and I saved myself a ton of money. I promise you are going to get your ROI on your 10 or 15 minutes here. Okay, Bitcoin right now at 82,400. It's been dipping today, right? This is the daily chart. If we go over to the 4-hour chart, you can see we've fallen below the 200-day moving average. That's this white line, right? And yes, this is only the 4-hour chart. We need to stay above this 200-day moving average. This really does, in a lot of traditional markets, kind of signify if we're in a bull or a bear, right? We're already below the bull market support band, and that's both a 20 and 21-day moving average. So we're below that. Ultimately, the weekly is what we need to be staying kind of tracking. We need, and the week's going to close any second now within the next hour or two. We really do want to stay above this 200-day moving average. And it's been tough, right? Just this weekend, we were at, 85, 86. We got up to 87 at one point. It feels like on Wednesday, yeah, we were above 90, kind of flirting with that 92, 93. And this was all because of rumors of the crypto strategic reserve and the crypto summit that happened on Friday. Well, clearly that has not been, super bullish because we've just kind of been straight down. You can take a look at the crypto bubbles. Guys, everything is red. And there are really, really good projects that are down big time. Sonic down 40%. And guys, this is like a fantastic project, really getting beat down there. Sonic, Solana down 25, Barra, Pepe down 33%, Jasmy down 33%, Bonk down 33%, Trump down 34%. It's red out there, right? And this is obviously on the week. If we go to the daily, it's no different. Things are just falling, right? Jasmy's down 17% on the day. ADA down 10%. Some really, really good buying opportunities here. But guys, it's not just crypto, right? The S&P has really been tanking the past couple of weeks as well. We're seeing that on Friday, we actually wicked down below the 200-day moving average. And this was a big topic of conversation on all of the legacy medias, right? The CNBCs, the Fox Business, they were talking about how we dipped below the 200-day moving average. And could that be a sign of things to come? So guys, stay to the end of the video. I'm going to give you my thesis on how I'm playing this. It's not just the S&P though. Nvidia's down, right? If all these big tech companies are down. And guess what, guys? If the stock market continues to crash, Bitcoin is going to crash as well. I'm going to say that again. If the stock market continues to crash, Bitcoin is going to follow suit. Yes, I know we all think, and I truly believe this, Bitcoin is like an asset like none other, but it's still tied to traditional markets, especially now that we have these S&Ps in. So we need to be watching this really close. The other thing about sentiment is like, Bitcoin crash on Google Trends, it's been going up as of late. You can feel it, right? The sentiment on Twitter, it's really not great. And that kind of makes sense when we look at the February monthly returns. So this is the Bitcoin monthly returns table. And we can see February was a pretty tough month, right? Down 14% for Bitcoin. But if you were to look at altcoins, much, much different, right? Bitcoin was down, but alts were down significantly more. And we can see that when we look on the weekly chart here, right? A lot of these really good projects, Casp being one of them, you guys know I like Caspa, down 30% on the week, right? So we need Bitcoin to turn it around. The interesting thing is, if we look at the last post-halving year, which was 2021, we actually saw March was a good year, right? Up 18%. But then April and May and June, and this is Q2, not so good. But I don't want you to be worried about that because it really feels like this cycle is more like the 2017 cycle, which is down here, right? So the 2017 cycle, yes, we did not have a great March. We were down 11%, But then Q2 is really good, right? April up 30%, May up 73. So this is really significant. I'm starting to think this cycle is starting to look a lot more like the 2017 cycle. I think Tyler's tweet said, like, hits the nail on the head here. So this tweet looked at a 1-year investor sentiment survey. The bearish, people who are bearish, this is the red line. You can see that's spiking up as compared to the blue line, which is folks who are bullish, that's going down. So the sentiment, and you guys know this, sentiment's not great right now. People are panic selling. Bitcoin dominance too, if we look at this, like Bitcoin dominance is shooting up. It's almost at 62%. Like people are scared, right? People are fearful. A lot of these tariff talks, the job data is not looking great. Inflation's still sticky. And that's why things like the Bitcoin dominance and the entire market, including stocks, is not doing well. If we look at total 3, this is the entire market minus Bitcoin and Ethereum. Guys, it's not doing great. Also down below its 200-day moving average. And we haven't been this low since March. I guess this is a 4-hour chart. That's not what I'm trying to look at. I'm trying to look at the daily chart. Sentiment's down, right? It's not looking good. The last time that we were at similar levels was like 2024, a couple months ago. So it is tough out here. One positive thing is this is global liquidity, right? Total liquidity in the entire world. This is going up, right? This is a bullish trend up in a lot of different ways. So Bitcoin tends to follow global liquidity, but there's a 72-day lag, give or take. It's 70, 75, right? So this started in January. Roughly 75 days from that would be like end of March, early April. So can Bitcoin follow total liquidity? I think we're just going to have to wait and see. The other bearish thing for crypto right now, and guys, I'm just calling it like it is, last week, the Bitcoin ETFs had big outflows. Almost $750 million flowed out of the Bitcoin ETFs. And guys, price action right now on Bitcoin, we've had this dump over the past day or so. It's going down, right? We're now at 82,400. ETFs will probably continue to sell on Monday. And I'm telling you this not to flood the market, but because I want you to be prepared. In my Discord, link down below, it's going to be completely free. We have nothing to sell you at all. I'm going to put a link down below in the description, and I'm going to put it in the pinned comment. I called this last week. I was selling midweek and during the crypto summit because I could just tell that sentiment wasn't there. It kind of felt like a nothing burger. I made a video on this. I'll pin it towards the end. And it was titled like how Trump kind of disappointed the market, right? So you have to be in a group that's going to help you navigate this. So again, link's going to be down below, completely free. Also down below is going to be my BTCC link. Folks can get a 10% bonus on first-time deposits. You can also get an extra 10 racks of bonuses, right? Much lower trading fees if you use my link down below. Plus, no VPN, no KYC. They're a partner of the channel. If you use it, it helps me out. So a lot of people are asking, Doc, is this the end of the cycle? Is it over? Are we in the bear, right? Well, a lot of people are saying, well, the pi cycle top indicator hasn't flashed yet, right? So for those who don't know what the pi cycle top indicator is, this is when the 100, and I'll zoom in on this so you guys can see this. This is when the 111-day moving average crosses above the 350-day moving average times 2. Don't let this confuse you, right? Do not let this confuse you. All this means is that when the red line touches or crosses above the green line, the cycle top might be in. And last cycle in 2021, it nailed it in April. It absolutely nailed the top in April, which was 63,000. Now, yes, that was not the overall cycle peak, right? The overall cycle peak was 69,000 in November. But I can tell you right now, if you got out in April at $63,000, you were super happy, right? Here's what I wanted to say about the pi cycle top indicator. If we go back in time, right, we can see, and I'm going to zoom in a lot here, the red line durably crossed above the green line. It was distinguishable, right? There was nothing left for interpretation. The red line clearly crosses the green line. Okay. Now we come here. This is 2017, 18. The red line crosses, but not as such in a durable way that it did happen back here, right? The red line's clearly above the green line. Here it does it, but it's kind of barely. Guys, look in the last cycle. See how this red line barely crosses the green line? I'm trying to zoom in like as much as I can. This barely crossed it. It just touched it. So put differently, the indicator, it's more and more difficult to signal that the top is in every time. And the reason that I bring that up, if we kind of look in present day time, guys, this cycle, the red line, which is the 100-day, 111-day moving average, it might not cross this green line, right? So just because I'm hearing a lot of like key opinion leaders, right? YouTubers, Twitter influencers saying like cycle top's not in, cycle top's not in, cycle top indicator hasn't flashed. Guys, it might not flash this cycle. So you kind of need to be looking at multiple data points because nobody wants to be holding their altcoin bag if Bitcoin dips, right? Nobody wants that. So what do we have to look forward to this week? There's a lot of things coming out. I think, to be honest with you, the big thing is Wednesday. The thing that we need to look for on Wednesday is the consumer price index, right? And the core CPI, right? That, in my opinion, is going to be the big day. So that's March 12th. And ironically, this is 1 week before the FOMC meeting on March 19th. Now, I can tell you right now, we are not getting a rate cut. It's not happening. No rate cuts at the March 19th meeting. I'm fairly confident about. But what I can tell you is that I really do think that there is a possibility that we end quantitative tightening. So you're probably thinking, Doc, what's quantitative tightening? We've talked about it a ton on the channel. What quantitative tightening is when the Fed is reducing its balance sheet, and that's what it's doing right now. This is bad for risk on assets. So we want the Fed to stop quantitative tightening and this just flatten out. This could signal to the market that, hey, the Fed is going to start turning on the money printer soon. So that's what I'm looking for. That's going to happen on March 19th, right? On March 12th, this Wednesday, we get consumer price index. This is a measure of inflation, right? And I guess I did this because some people don't know what CPI is, right? It's a measure of inflation that tracks price changes around a basket of goods and services, right? It's just one simple tool that the Fed can use to track inflation. This is me, InvestWithDoc.com. I put this here just in case people want to get a hold of me, learn more about me. All my links are here, my Discord, Twitter, YouTube. You can message me. My email is investwithdoc@gmail.com. This is me on YouTube. Appreciate you guys, following me. We're growing like crazy. We're over 6,000 followers. I'm going to give you guys kind of just my honest opinion of what's going to happen here. The market sentiment is bad. It's tough out there right now. Okay, it's not just Bitcoin, it's stocks as well. The fear is kind of setting in. And obviously, Bitcoin, the S&P, the Russell, the NASDAQ, they're all taking a hit. We need a big sentiment change, okay? We need something to signal to the market, hey, there's something to look forward to, right? Some bullish catalyst to change this negative sentiment. CPI inflation, that could help on Wednesday. The FOMC meeting on March 19th, I think that's going to be the big one, March 19th. And we're hoping that they pause quantitative tightening. The other thing is all these tariffs, it's seeding a lot of uncertainty. So hopefully we can get some narratives that the tariffs stop, right? Here's exactly how I'm playing this market. If you made it this far, I'm going to tell you exactly how I'm doing this. If you guys want my opinion in like real time, much faster, link in the Discord down below. And by the way, if you guys are getting any value out of this, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications. It helps me tremendously, way more than you think. And it helps push my content out to other folks on the YouTube algorithm. Okay, this is what I'm doing. Last week, I sold a lot into stable coins. I sold again on Wednesday and on Friday. And I'm really glad that I did. I am going to start deploying my bag of stables into the big, chunky, well-known projects, right? So just off the top of my head, like what are those? And by the way, I'm going to be doing this very slowly, right? I'm not going to like go all in on tonight. I am buying some today, right? And if you want to know exactly what I'm buying today, link down in the Discord. It's completely free. I am going to start buying today, right? Things that I'm going to buy over the next week, probably buy some XRP. It's really cheap. It's getting down to $2. It's close to $2. Ondo is like in the 80 cents. I'll probably buy some Ondo. I never thought I'd say this. I'll probably buy some ADA, right? Because it's getting beat down. ETH, believe it or not, I really like ETH right now. It's getting close to $2,000. Now, I'm definitely buying more Caspa. I'm buying more ICP. I'm probably going to buy some more Jasmy. I'm buying more Sonic. I'm definitely going to buy some more Sonic. I'm probably going to buy some Aptos as well. I'm looking into Pi just because I think it's been beat down over the past week. I think that could be like oversold. Another thing that I'm buying, and this is stocks, but I'm going to buy the ETHU ETF. It's ETHU. It's a 2x leveraged ETF on Ethereum. If Ethereum keeps going down, I'm going to keep buying ETHU, right? I've already owned some right now and I'm selling colored calls against it. So guys, check out the Discord, link down below. Again, it's totally free. Find out what I'm doing in real time. And guys, you need a really good community. Like I've probably increased the size of my bag by 33% this week alone because I sold before everything crashed. And honestly, navigating the markets right now is way easier when you feel like you're not playing like from underwater, right? Because I know a lot of people who are down super, super bad. If you are down super bad, it's okay, right? The tide is going to change at some point, right? All of the indicators say that the bull market's not over. It just kind of depends like, okay, do we peak in Q2, which is April, May, June, or is it like a Q4 type of thing, right? December, November, October, nobody knows. Nobody has a crystal ball. I don't have a crystal ball. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I think greener pastures are yet to come. We just need to be patient. The last thing that I'm going to say is I'm going to make videos throughout the week on tokens that I am buying. If you watch those, please have the sentiment that, okay, the market's going to recover at some point. Because if you think the market's over, right, those videos are not going to be applicable to you. I'm done ranting. If you guys got any value of this, hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below. What are you guys drinking? I'm drinking Diet Dr. Pepper right now. I'll see you guys on the next video.